Okay.
And I am gonna level. Although I think I'm gonna level rather quickly now.
Yeah.
This is the wrong track. But the fastest way to level is still gonna be that one spot. Yes. The spot that is one. The one spot. That spot. Over here. Whatever this place is called. The world that never was, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Now we have to think about some podcast ideas.
Yeah. Back off. Yeah.
Steve.
Ah, what? Sorry, I'm petting my dog and I love her so much.
Do you have any podcast ideas?
Yeah.
Podcast ideas.
Why murder things?
Why I love my dog so much?
Yeah.
If you
She just
show
looked at
your
me.
dog, you might have more viewers than me. Honestly, people would tune in to see a dog.
They would, wouldn't they? And she's so beautiful too.
Oh, here's what's his name over here. Catch him off guard.
Yeah. Take this. This is it. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. Yeah. Take this.
Oh. Yeah, he's catching me off guard now.
Yeah.
I did awful. He just said bye.
Yeah. Give me strength. Gather. Fire. Yeah.
So my dog's name is Weenie. She's a beautiful girl.
I thought you were gonna
She's a
rhyme
cocker
it.
spaniel. No,
No, you weren't gonna make it rhyme.
no, too much effort for my brain right now.
Gather.
She's a beautiful cocker spaniel, and she's blonde, like her mom. It sounded like I said like her mom, unlike her mom.
I thought you said like your mom.
Gather.
No,
Fire. Yeah.
is your mom blonde?
Yeah.
No, I thought you said like my mom. But like
Oh.
your mom, you know?
Oh,
Since you said earlier my mom could be blonde.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I buy like 1,000,000 elixirs? I'm not going to be spending my money on anything else. No, I can't.
She's spoiled rotten. She is 25 pounds.
Gather.
Honestly, spoiled rotten and dog, I would just go to hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right now she sat back a little bit so I can pet her belly.
You see, the difference is dogs are spoiled rotten, and they deserve it.
Back off.
Cats are spoiled rotten, and they do not deserve a single bit of it.
Hey! That's so rude.
Have you ever,
Cats can be babies too.
they can be.
Gather. Fire.
But babies don't deserve anything either.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When I was born, I had to pay rent. These kids don't know what it's like.
Yeah. Heal. Yeah. 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 Back off. Take this. Yeah.
I gave her one of her baby blankets, and now she is licking it.
Gather.
I like how there's such a large building that they all live in. Like there was 14 of them at one point. That was the most amount of the high nobody. It was 14.
Gather.
And they can teleport. And they decide, let's just build ourselves a giant castle.
Yeah.
Fun.
Back off. Back off. Gather. 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 Yeah.
So in Kingdom Hearts 3, Gather becomes wind, and it becomes a tornado, and Thunder is still thunder. But one of my favorite combos in that game was doing wind plus thunder, and at the end of the game, it's a huge tornado, and it's like a nuclear lightning bolt, you know? So I'd be going around, and I'd just see a bunch of enemies like, oh, wind! And then the entire screen just flashes white as I kill them all in one hit. 3 really provides that feeling of, you're a Keyblade master, you've been doing this for a good amount of time, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's the only game where you don't have to learn how to dodge roll. Because it's like, of course you know how to dodge roll. You've been doing it for the last 10 years.
Gather. Fire. Gather. Fire.
I also love all the names they give these guys. Well, like, what word should we meet? Well, do you want to meet in the room of ruin and creation? Or maybe the stairwell of the eclipse? Or perhaps the we were here room?
Gather. Fire.
Like, we're here with our stupid names as the living room. What do you do in it? At least we made it where you can't die in the living room. Best patch.
Heal. Gather.
And then the altar of the night. Of the knot. Enter altar of the knot. Hey guys, you're all back here. One run, one level, let's go. So what do you put on a hamburger?
What do I put on a hamburger? So, on the buns.
What on the buns?
Huh?
What on the buns?
Mayo.
Alright.
Yeah.
Ow.
And then,
Get off my stream.
How dare you?
How dare I? You put mayo on your burger.
Yeah.
I put mayo on my chicken sandwiches, not my burgers.
On a chicken sandwich? Okay.
Yeah, mayo, lettuce, and chicken.
On my burger, I put mayo on the buns,
Okay.
then the patty with the cheese.
Mhm.
I usually am a like my favorite kind of cheese is Munster cheese, so that's the cheese I use. And then obviously ketchup, mustard, lettuce.
You put ketchup and mustard with mayo? Isn't that too many condiments?
No.
I like to put on my burger bacon without the burger cheese or buns.
Wait, what?
I said I like to have on my burger bacon without the burger cheese or buns.
You just like bacon?
I wonder how much I would make a McDonald's employee freak out if I asked him that.
Oh yeah.
You can have a Baconator, like, hold everything but the bacon.
Wow.
I like, if I'm like really like going into a burger, right? Then I want the cheese, the lettuce, the ketchup, and bacon. I don't like mustard, I don't like pickles. You can argue for onions. But you have to really argue for onions.
You want me to argue about onions?
No. I'm saying if I was going to put I'm making a burger, right? And someone said you should put onions, I'd consider it.
Oh.
But if you say put on pickles, I will ban you.
Yeah, I don't like pickles.
I can eat pickles, but pickles have always been those, oh, I didn't ask for specific, I just asked for a Whopper, you know?
Yeah.
Also, I don't like tomatoes on my burger. It's too different from the rest of the burger.
Give me strength.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's soggy.
Gather.
And I get it, a tomato's like 85% water, but also, like, you want to eat a cucumber on it. Actually, cucumbers are more consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take this. Take this.
Also, I feel like whenever I take a bite out of a tomato, it just pulls the entire tomato off.
I hate tomatoes so much.
Or if you take a bite out of a burger, right, and it all comes out the back end, then it's not a good burger. If it's going to do that, then give me one of those toothpicks. Like, you can have my pickles.
I hate pickles.
I'm not a fan of it.
You can have my pickles too, Nightfrost.
Honestly, I'm not a fan of most foods that the main ingredient is age. You know? Where it's like, just wait until it goes bad, it tastes better that way.
Gather. Fire.
Now, hot dogs I eat plain. I don't see any point of putting any condiment or anything on a hot dog.
What?
So hear me out, right? So say you're making yourself a hot dog, right? And you put the relish, the mustard, the ketchup, whatever you want on it. Say you put extra bacon on it. Well, you're not gonna eat, you can't turn it on the side now. So you can't have bread on top and bottom. You're gonna have to turn it to the side and, I eat chicken straight from the egg. So you have to turn it on its side, right? Now, if you turn it on its side, everything's gonna fall off. If you eat it vertical, then you're eating, that's really weird. You know what I'm saying?
Gather.
What? if it's that much of an issue to, you know,
This is it.
eat it vertical, you can still eat it sideways, just turn your head to the side too.
Well, then that's too much effort. Then it's not worth it.
Oh my god!
Gather.
I eat my hot
Ketchup
dogs
and mustard belong on hot dogs.
with mustard. Doesn't belong on anything, but that's a take.
This is it.
Oh my god.
Mustard was a mistake, but
No, it is not!
Take this. It's over.
it's a sin people still commit to this day.
Take this.
Gosh, you are ridiculous.
Gather.
Misty's more loyal than that.
Gather.
This one is broken! You know what? You write Nightbox. You wanna be my friend?
Fine, you two can play Supreme Creator tonight.
Gather. Gather.
Misty Monday, the Misty Takeover.
Take this.
That's okay. You should hear how you should have been there. How Janie reacted when I said I hate all forms of pasta, and she reacted like that.
You hate pasta?
Almost every type of pasta is bad.
Oh my god!
Pasta has two issues to it. One, it gets cold too quickly, and two, it just doesn't taste good.
If it gets cold too quickly, it's probably because it's microwaved.
No, my spaghetti we have usually boiled and covered in sauce. I eat whenever I eat pasta, I have to eat in a bowl because if you eat on a plate, it just cools down too quickly. But then eating in a bowl, it just doesn't taste good anyway. So.
Gather.
Oh
And don't
my-
even
I
get me
can't
started on
believe-
lasagna.
Look! You do not bring lasagna into this, boy!
Okay, in my defense, the reason why I don't like lasagna is because I don't like cheese.
Back off.
How can you not like cheese?
Gather.
Okay, so cheese is just one of those things where I just don't like cheese. Like there's no gimmick behind it or anything like that. I just don't think most cheese tastes good.
Oh my... You are missing out on life, brother. Charcuterie boards? Mm.
You don't pick acorns. Actually, I guess you can pick an acorn. Usually you find them on the floor. It's once they're an
This one
acorn
is
too heavy.
perfect. Bring me another!
So
like Bright
honestly,
Heart says.
I don't think it's exactly cheese. It's dairy products. I don't like yogurt. I don't like cheese. I don't like milk. I don't like that whole chain of events.
I cannot! See, I understand regular yogurt. I like Greek yogurt. But milk?
Milk's just not that good.
Yes, it is!
I'd rather drink Mountain Dew.
Gather.
I've never tried bacon cheese fries.
Oh, here's a big one. Oh, people get me with that one. Is Tostito, like from taco places that they give you Tostito with cheese dip, or like corn chips with cheese dip.
Yeah.
I eat those without the cheese dip because I don't like cheese, and my entire family goes like, "How are you not dying?"
Oh my... I just... Holy... What? He's never had queso!
I have. I don't like it.
It's
I've
the
eaten
meal.
so much stuff because
No,
I'm always down
kid.
to. I'll try it once.
It's over.
It's just after once.
No puedo. ¿Cómo es posible que no te gusta el queso, no te gustan los condimentos? O sea, que por razón no comes. Ni la pasta. No.
Back off.
You started yelling at me in Spanish.
Yeah.
Another fun one, which usually gets brought up during desserts, is I don't like pie.
You don't like pie?
I don't like cooked
This
fruits.
is it.
Okay, that I can. Okay, that I can understand.
I will
don't
eat
like apple
almost-
pie. I like the flavor of it, but I do not like the mushy texture that apples get.
I just don't think most of them should be cooked. Like, I'll eat any fruit you put in front of me raw. I don't like them cooked. I don't like cooked onions. I don't like cooked apples. I don't like
Okay, you lost me.
I don't know other ones there are that you really cook.
Onions are not a fruit. But anyways, so
Are they not
Like-
a fruit? I guess they grow.
No,
Don't they
they're
grow off
not.
a
They're a
vine?
root.
Are they underground? I thought they grew off vines.
No, honey,
Oh,
they are
okay.
a root.
Huh. I didn't know they grew underground.
Yes.
Oh, I've never picked an
Oh.
onion.
Oh my gosh. Okay. The kind of pies that I like are, pecan pie,
Chocolate cream pie.
chocolate cream pie, baby. I like key lime pie because it doesn't have any fruit in it. It just has the essence of the lemon.
Oh, lemon pie's pretty good too.
Yeah,
Back off.
those are my favorite
But then
kinds.
again,
Like,
those
they
usually are
take the
eaten
flavor
cold,
of the fruit.
cold or room temperature.
Back off.
You know?
That's fair. I guess those are technically cold pies, but pecan pie is a warm pie and it's the best. I love pecan pie.
I mean, that's a nut.
Yeah,
But I don't know if I've had pecan pie.
really? It's good. Um,
Well, usually we get pumpkin, apple, and chocolate for whenever we get pie.
mhm.
Gather.
I'm sorry.
I'll
I'm
eat
still
any
in
form of
shock
cake.
about everything.
I'll eat all the cake. That's a thing I'm willing to do.
Oh my gosh. I basically listed the things you don't like in Spanish, and then I said, no wonder you don't like it too.
Back off. It's over. It's over.
Because there's so much you don't like.
Yeah.
See,
I
now I
also
don't know
don't
if
like
it's
rice.
you should come visit me, because you're gonna hate on everything I cook for you.
I remember I went to one of my ex's houses, and their mom made lasagna,
Fire.
and I declined saying, no thanks, I don't like lasagna.
Yeah.
And she held a grudge on me for so long saying I didn't like her cooking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't like lasagna. It has nothing to do with using a universal thing.
Yeah.
So another thing I don't like that a lot of people don't understand is rice.
Gather.
Now,
Really?
rice isn't a thing where I'm like, oh, rice tastes bad. Rice doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Which,
white
I know,
rice.
I know, and people are like, just take the rice, and it's supposed to absorb the juices of the food and eat it. I'm like, Georgia, just give me another steak. If this is just empty calories, I don't want it.
The purpose of rice is to fill your stomach up so that you don't get hungry. Because,
I don't really get hungry in the first place, so like...
oh my gosh. Oh, you've never had the joy of a paella. And you probably never will because it's got rice in it.
Gather. Gather.
Like I said, I'll try to eat everything once, but once I've eaten it, and I don't
Well-
like it, I don't like it.
How about this? How, I feel like I already know the answer, but how do you feel about seafood?
Okay, so seafood, I used to, okay, funny story behind this. So I used to hate seafood, but I didn't really eat much of it, because my dad would always tell me I make the best seafood. So my dad's seafood sucks. That was probably the one case where I was like, hey, where I'm like, hey, I've tried this. Like in most places, they're like, you haven't tried my thing. You haven't tried my thing. You haven't tried, I don't know, Applebee's lasagna. And then I'll try it once, and then be like, no, mark that off the list. I don't like I don't really like anything from Applebee's, honestly. But Applebee's just gone down the drain. But and then fish. I really never ate somewhere that had fish as an option. But so my dad would be the only one that cooks us fish, and I didn't like it. Then one time I was at Disney World, and whenever I go to Disney World, I never order the same thing off the menu. Except the steak. If I look at the menu, I've already eaten everything there, I go for the steak, because Disney World steaks are delicious. But I was at Disney World, and I ordered a lot of seafood. And so I tried clams, sushi, salmon, catfish. I tried a lot of seafood. They're all pretty good. I tried tofu too. Tofu wasn't bad.
You like tofu and not? Oh my god.
So tofu. The thing with tofu is tofu was like the same thing as rice, where it didn't really have a flavor to it. So it wasn't bad. I wouldn't go and order tofu, but it wasn't bad, you know? And they drowned it in salmon. There's an L in it. It's salmon.
It's salmon.
Yeah, but it has an L in it, so it's salmon. I don't care.
It's silent. It's salmon.
Yeah, but then the English is just wrong, so it's salmon.
Oh my god.
Why would you have letters in it if it's not making a noise?
It's silent!
Why would it be silent? That's useless. That's as useless as rice.
Oh my... I'm gonna start World War III with this man if somebody doesn't stop me.
Gather.
I was driving Hunter mad the other day because we were talking about food takes.
Take this.
I bet.
And apparently he like tossed it too. Because English is stupid, and I'm pretty sure they stole that from France.
Oh my gosh.
There are very few languages that make sense on a phonetical scale. They would have to be entirely based around a phonetical scale. And Latin languages are not. They're based off a letter scale. So you have to have some weird combinations for things to work.
Where did she find that?
Gather.
I
Gather.
met him through a friend.
Gather. Back off.
It's not my fault that the Latin languages are broken. Thanks, France.
Gosh.
Take this.
The fact that I'm not American and I'm getting upset at you for saying salmon wrong.
Here's the... So here's a fun, here's a fun, language thing, is, so you know why we have, like, PH, TH, and all that kind of stuff making letters and stuff like that?
Uh-huh.
It's because of two reasons. One, the printing press, and two, because of multi-languages being smashed together. Germany has their own letter for TH, I think it is. No. Latin has their own language for TH, and German has their own letter for PH. The problem was, when they went over to English, they kind of misspelled the letters, and people just separated them slowly into two different letters. And, even since the symbol kind of looks like the two of them smushed together. And then when, then when the printing press came out, they were like, okay, should we include these letters? Should we spend the resources to make more blocks for these letters and print double of everything? Or do we make a decision which stays and which goes? And they decide to have it go, those letters go, because then they have less printing blocks to deal with. So that's why we have so many PHs, THs, and yada yada yadas, because languages had letters that other languages didn't. And the printing press said, screw it, whatever isn't universal is game thrown.
Huh.
And since the printing press was, it's now what sound do those letters make does still vary from language to language.
Mm.
Gather. This is
Now, why does Thai have an H in it? I don't know. Can't really answer that one for you.
gather. Back off.
Okay, how about this? How do you pronounce the
Gather.
moving little picture that you can send in chat that is GIF?
Take
Oh,
this.
GIF.
This is it.
Good. GIF. I agree. Because
Gather.
it's a graphic.
Take this.
You don't say
Yeah.
giraffic.
You know, you're quoting Shadow here, and I know it.
What?
Either that's hilarious, or you're quoting Shadow, one of the two.
Who's Shadow? Wait, which
Shadow
Shadow?
the Hedgehog.
Wait.
I'm sending
does
you a
that mean
video.
Shadow Taylor?
I'm sending you a video.
Oh dear.
You don't pronounce it laser. I can't believe you have not seen this video.
Get revenge. You're wrong,
Oh,
Shadow.
I can hear it too.
It's playing over and over in your head like a deck.
This is it.
Not the truth. It's pronounced Jim.
No!
Right.
It's totally different. Exactly. Name one word. Starts with G, pronounced with J.
Gather.
Oh!
Yeah. Gather. Gather. Yeah.
Yeah? Right implication by stimulated emission of radiation. Ah, you know that. You're still wrong. You just
Oh, those videos are hilarious. There's so many of them.
Gather. Back off.
Harris, you saw me pronounce inappropriate.
Gather.
Wait, I see that screenshot on the iPad. Wasn't it inappropriate?
Gather.
Now that one I was just purposely saying wrong.
Hi, Wes.
No, Wes, I love him.
Gather.
Akon says he loves you. He said love you.
Yeah.
Man, I can't wait until I get reached out from YouTube saying, hey, you got so many. This is your most popular video with all dislikes.
Gather. Gather. Yeah.
Just straight up Google's out here.
Acorn.
What?
You don't like mac and cheese?
Alright, so hear me out. I love Kraft mac and
What do you
cheese.
mean? Hear me out. You don't like cheese and you like pasta.
I like Kraft mac and cheese, but everyone tells me
Oh.
it's fake mac and cheese.
It is
Because I
fake
don't
mac.
like
You are
real
correct.
macaroni and cheese. But Kraft is delicious.
Gather.
Oh my god. Wesley.
And then again, I like American cheese, but people say that's fake cheese. I'm like, good, plastics taste delicious.
Oh
Back
no.
off.
So, does that mean you like Cheetos?
Yeah, I like Cheetos.
Interesting.
I went both. Yeah, I don't eat Cheetos very often because they are a mess to eat.
Sure.
But I wouldn't say I hate the flavor of Cheetos.
Huh.
If it's the fake flavor of cheese, I generally like it.
Oh my gosh.
The problem is many people are like, this is made from a fine organic cheese. I'm like, gross. So it's been sitting in your basement for how long?
No!
And yogurt is just old flavored milk, so...
Oh my gosh.
So it doesn't even sound good for you. Not that whether or not something's good for you is my value of whether I'm gonna eat something.
Wes.
Oh
Hold on. Wesley, you need to hear Acorn's food
no. Remind him I love him first.
opinions. Remind him what?
That I love him first. Have to preface.
That I have to preface what you said?
Tell him I love him first.
Oh.
Just be like,
Okay, he heard you. Now tell him your messed up food opinions.
so I don't like pasta, or cheese, or rice. So there you go, that hits most of the mark. I can't hear him over the absolute obliteration.
He said you basically hate every culture in existence.
Hold on, I still can't hear you. What?
Said you basically hate every culture in existence.
I don't hate every culture. I hate all your foods.
Oh my god.
There's a distinct difference there.
So he said he hates anything that is a dairy product. But fake cheese is okay.
I can eat like American cheese.
No, he means like mac and cheese, Cheetos cheese.
See, I don't mind those, but I think mac and cheese is the power. It's like
Ooh, no. And then he hates pasta because he said that it gets too cold.
And I don't like the flavor of it.
then whoever's making it's not being pasta.
Uh-huh.
If you keep the pasta, or
Exactly.
you also don't take the pasta off until the sauce is ready. I have a really bad habit of accidentally finishing my pasta first before the sauce is ready. I just leave it on low heat. I do not take it off the eye until the pasta is done.
I feel like you guys
And then-
misunderstand. Like, I take the pasta, right, out of the pan on the stove, and I take the sauce out of the pan on the stove. They're still warm. We keep the lids on and everything. I just eat in a bowl because it condenses the heat, but if I put it on a plate, it gets cold after like 7 minutes.
Yeah, I don't like eating them on plates just because the sauce gets everywhere.
Yeah.
So I usually do a bowl as well.
I do bowl because it contains the heat. Because nothing's worse than a hot food getting cold or a cold food getting hot.
And then he doesn't like rice.
I also like my
Because-
steaks
Which
well
rice?
done.
There's a lot of rice.
Well, he just doesn't like rice because the rice itself doesn't have flavor, and he doesn't
No.
like that.
It's not supposed to.
Right.
That's why a lot of rice is put into soupy kind of things, where it like absorbs like,
Yeah.
or like like you stir fry it, so it's getting all the greasy stuff.
Yeah.
Then it's a waste of food!
Yeah.
Bring your own flavor to the table.
If I remember right, this has been years since I've taken Mandarin classes, but if I remember right, the reason rice is so like just plain old white rice is so common in Asia is because it's disrespectful to eat all the food. Like if you eat all your potatoes, you're saying that the host didn't make enough potatoes. But like also, if they truly didn't make enough food, you would get hungry. So as like a happy medium, you just fill yourself up with rice. So
Yeah.
that's why there's
Also,
like flavor.
rice
It's
is
just to fill you up.
rice is very easy to grow. very easy, very plentiful. And have you seen the countryside of like China? A lot of that is unable to be grown on. So they, you know, have you seen those like those steppy, those steppes farms? Because they don't have much flat land actually out there. So they need something you can grow a lot of in a small area, and rice works perfectly.
Right.
So that
you like your steak well done?
Yeah, I like all my meat well done. I don't like blood at all in my or juice in most of my food.
Medium well does blood. I'm really picky about my meat. Like it's every cut I want at a different temperature. It's like I can't just be like I like them all medium well. It's like, well, no, hamburger like meat I need well done. You should probably also do hamburger meat well done for safety reasons, but some places let you choose.
My family disagree about that. They like the slight amount of pink in the middle. Where I like it cooked all the way through. If I take a bite and it pretty much the juices are everywhere, then I don't think it's cooked well enough.
See, I do medium well, so it's not dry, but usually it's not. There's no juice either. Another thing is a lot of people cook it wrong. So one of the reasons medium well is or well done is so dry is because they're overcooking it. Yeah. And then one of the reasons that medium well is so not dry, and so like why I prefer it is because most people overcook it, so therefore it's actually well done.
Yeah, but I want it dry.
Why?
I don't like the juices. They're just they get I don't want to say they get everywhere. They drip off. They make the bun soggy. They make your face soggy, and when they just make the sandwich soggy.
It's flavor.
No, the flavor is in the burger.
It shouldn't have juices. It shouldn't be dripping. It should just be the same as well done, but it doesn't have a dry texture because all the juice is still in the meat, not dripping out of it.
You know,
you're thinking medium rare.
You know what confuses me the most about my family's general opinion on the meats and stuff like that is, or everyone's, is everyone says you like a well done steak, it'll take forever to cut it or chew it, you know? When I highly disagree, that's a lot easier to eat than lesser cook, because lesser cook chews and doesn't break apart in your mouth as well because it's still sticky together, where well done just falls apart. It rips apart.
That's why I like mine medium well, because it still has juices, but it's not a big pink blob.
Yeah, I just don't want any juices.
I can't do the like super rare ones. I can't do that. I don't like it rare.
I love medium rare.
I just don't want
Night Fox! Night Fox, you're the only normal one. What kind do you like? Please tell me medium rare.
Well, based off his reaction to well done...
I am waiting for Night Fox's response. Please hold.
Now, chicken is one of those things...
I said please hold! Yeah, baby! Let's go!
Now, chicken's one of those where you can only cook chicken one way, within, like, temperature-wise. You can't have a not cooked chicken.
Right.
Because it's a safety issue.
Yeah, salmonella.
And so then, like, on that same note, I like almost every side of chicken. My least favorite is, like, breast on the bone, but my argument against that is there's less chicken and more bone. It makes it more difficult to eat, but I would still love it. You also get a lot of dark meat on the with chicken on the bone, and I personally don't like dark meat. I can't really tell the difference between dark and light. Like, if you give me a thigh and a breast, I'll tell the difference by the bones and the size, not the meat flavor of the meat. My only complaint about chicken is when you season a chicken, I wish, or I'm sure there is some way you can get that seasoning into the chicken, because when it's just on the skin, well, that takes forever. But like whenever I mainly eat, way of doing it though. Yeah, when I eat chicken and it's the seasonings on the skin, and you know, chicken skin just comes right off.
Oh yeah.
And then suddenly all that seasoning's just gone. That's a really good piece of skin, but the rest of the chicken's left tastes like chicken, which isn't a bad flavor. It brings its own flavor to the table, but I wish that seasoning was in it. Marinated chicken.
I like it better when it's marinated, so it gets in the actual meat.
Oh, I just like food, man. Oh,
I'm just
I'm
popping.
thinking about crispy chicken skin now, and
Now,
then like a nice thigh. Mm.
Take this.
hear me out, right? So you eat, you get energy, and then you have to go to the bathroom. I would like to just like skip the beginning and the end and just like have energy, you know?
Photosynthesis.
There's the problem. I don't go outside, so I would die anyways.
You don't.
I
So
need to get. I need to
put
get.
it on your desk.
I need to get the genes of those animals at the bottom of the ocean that don't eat anything, don't sleep, don't absorb
Vertebrates?
light. Whatever they are, I need the krill at the bottom of the ocean.
Gather.
oh my god. So you don't even enjoy eating. Period.
Generally, no.
It's over.
Like
Oh
I
my God.
enjoy sitting down and having a meal because it's a social event.
Do you like salmon?
I like fish,
Yeah.
and also
Well, wait. Pause.
Salmon's like the only meat I'm good at cooking at, or good at cooking.
Pause.
So I'm gonna make you some salmon.
Yes, he one time he made like he smoked salmon one time, the best smoked salmon I've ever had in my life.
Take this.
Like including restaurants.
so that's
Wesley's
what I have when
really
I come
good.
down.
We need to get a smoker
Yeah, we don't have one.
and not
We're
live in
not
an
allowed. We're
apartment.
not allowed to have
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
You're gonna
I made that at my parents' house. They have one.
You're gonna blindfold me and go like, try to eat his salmon. I'm gonna take some bites and go, this is spaghetti.
But yeah, I was saying pause because Acorn, you need to pay attention to how Wesley's saying salmon. He's from the south. No, niño!
That's how
That's how he says it.
Yeah.
Isn't that
A
how
lot of
it's
people say
spelled?
salmon. A lot of southern people say salmon. I just know better. But like that's a lot of my relatives say salmon.
So how come it's salmon, right? Okay.
Why
But
is possum spelled with an O?
But why is it salmon and salamilla?
It's over.
Salmonella?
They're both SALM.
English is dumb, or whatever languages came from. They're probably not even English.
We just had
I
a
also
whole history
learned that
lesson
they're
about
trying
this.
to get rid of the O in possum and just make it, POSSUM. Is that how you spell
Yeah.
that? Yeah, instead of OPP. They're trying to get rid of the first O and the O and the first P.
I wish we didn't have to get rid of it, and instead we just pronounce the O, because opossum is so cute.
You know who has a good writing system? Japan
Who?
has a good writing system. Now, hear me out.
Japan stole our writing system and it's like, let's get rid of all the bad stuff.
their writing system is they got it's like Hakukoto or something like that, where they have like 24 letters, 6 consonants, no, maybe like 30 letters. It's a certain amount of consonants and 5 vowels, and then
If I remember
they
right,
take
they have
the
like
consonant
32
sound-
letters and 32 sounds. Where we have,
yeah, and
God, we have 26 letters? How many letters do we have?
we have 26.
26. And we have like 50 something sounds.
Yeah, they're a phonetic alphabet. So they take a consonant, take a vowel, and then they stick it together, and that's a sound. Every single word will have this letter, or every single word that has this sound in it will have this letter in it to represent it. That's why, and every single one of these end in a vowel, which is why all the Japanese words end in vowel sounds. Why they have trouble saying English words without ending u at the end or ah at the end, because they're just used to having a vowel at the end of their stuff. Unless if it's n, I think is the exception is they can end it in an n. It's like one sound that they didn't have a vowel attached to. And I don't know why for that is. So now here's the stupid thing. Japan has 3 languages in in 3 different writing systems, 3 different languages.
Japan has 2
that
writing
all
systems
sound
and then a
different.
swollen one. Because one of them is literally just Mandarin, but
Yeah.
pronounced wrong.
It's like I don't know why they have the basic one, the formal one, and then the Chinese. So
That's probably because Japan was China. Like,
yeah.
it's just it's kind of the same as like Central America was Spain. It's just
Right.
they just kind of broke off, but are still similar.
They have the perfect writing system. They just need to somehow implement it well. since they also have, since they have the whole honor system and hierarchy and all that kind of stuff, when you say names, they get the fancy, fancy shapes. Letters, that's the word I'm looking for. They get this fancy letters because they take the symbols of the different languages and merge them to make a representation. But you can also write it down in what it's like if we took all the letters in your name, like Misty, and then we combined it into one fancy looking symbol from the M sideways, the Y is like upside down.
Ooh.
And it looks great on banners. Not in language.
In Mandarin, they have very, very, very specific names for family members. So they could tell you with one word, this person is my second cousin on my mom's side, who is like, the daughter of my mom's sister, not her brother, her sister. And they're like, third cousin twice removed. But they can say that in one word.
Well, the reason why it's so complicated in English versus so complicated and not complicated in Asian languages is because Asian languages, you live with your family for a long amount of time. Where in your Western languages, you split out as soon as you reach a certain age. So in Asian languages, how do you know
Unless
this
you're
person?
in the South, then you never leave.
And
You might have your own house, but you still live next.
Where in the Asian languages, you have, like, this is my great-grandfather's yada 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 yada. So they're all together, we're under one house name, so you need to have a word to describe them. Where in English, you're like, it's like, who are they? I think they're my cousin. Maybe.
Yeah. But I also noticed, like, again, with the South, since we're always really close to family, a lot of people don't know how to count cousins. Like, I'll be like, oh, this is my fourth cousin. It's like, oh, so it's like your grandma's daughter? It's like, no, that's not how that works. I've noticed, like, a lot of other people don't know how the numbers work.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's because we don't have that.
Another weird thing is, how, like, people always say, like, words that are different in British English and American English? I cannot remember the word, but there's one word that's different between Taiwan Mandarin and China Mandarin, Chinese Mandarin, and I don't remember the word, but I do remember in China, I think it's China, it means like miss, it's like a formal address, but in Taiwan it straight up means whore, and I think that is the funniest difference.
I mean, that's how it usually works. Like, I had an English teacher who hated so someone called her ma'am, and she threw a whole hissy fit about it, saying that is a massive insult. And we're like, it's a term of respect. What do you mean it's a massive insult? And she goes, it's calling me old and decrepit. I'm like, is that how you see elders?
How dare you?
We were so confused.
Gather!
Talk about letters really. Doesn't Spanish, it has like 28 letters and 28 sounds or something like that?
So our vowels never change sound.
Yeah. But like even the consonants that are different are actually different letters. Like you have N and Nye. Even though they both look like an N, one has a little squiggle on it.
Yeah.
So it's
And
technically
it makes
a
a
different
different
letter.
sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where we would just be like, it's N and it's other N. You guys actually notate the difference.
Yeah. We used to have more letters, but people got rid of them. Because we had CH, che. We had double L, which was elje,
which those always like CH in English can make like 3 sounds, but it always made the same sound for you, right?
Yeah.
You're never changed.
Yeah. I mean, unless
I think CH is just ch.
Well, the letter itself was called che.
Yeah, but I don't think CH makes different sounds. PH makes like 40 different ones.
We don't have PH.
Sometimes PH doesn't even make a noise. Stupid.
Our H doesn't make a noise. Our J makes the sounds an H in English would make.
Why would you have an H if it doesn't make a noise?
Because it changes, with CH, it makes a ch sound.
Why doesn't the H just make the ch sound?
Because H already makes a different sound.
But she says it doesn't make a sound.
It's a way of writing. So instead of having to invent a new letter, they're just using the Roman letters, but putting two together rather than writing the letter.
We just had this conversation about how Germany has their own letter, and Latin had their own letter. But when they reached English, and when they reached English and the other languages that didn't have those letters, they had to figure out what was the letter that looked closest to it. And then when the printing press came around, they wanted to make the little letters as possible. So they cast away like the, you know how Germany has that B looking one that's a TH?
Yeah.
I think it's a TH. It's one of the letters that are the combined letters. So in but that's not in English, and they didn't want to bring that over.
Well, the problem is a lot of our like consonant H sounds make like 2 or 3 different sounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you have Chicago and cello.
Yeah.
I say we just
Like cello's spelled an H, right? I can't remember. Yeah.
Or no, it doesn't have an
No,
H.
it doesn't have an H.
Let's go.
I say
Chill.
we just get rid of the writing system altogether. Let's go back to pictures.
Oh, I just realized. Okay, so wait.
Well, that's actually what Mandarin is. They're like really modified pictures, but if you look at the word for sun, it's actually they don't have circles. That's one thing. Like no Mandarin letter, they have a little bit of curve, but very slightly. There are no round letters, no round symbols. That doesn't exist. But the sun is a perfect square, which is the closest thing to a circle, which is how the language originated. Because the very, very, very old language that became Chinese, the sun was a circle because the sun is round. And it just, since their new form doesn't have any circles, it turned into a square. But like a lot of their symbols, they actually make sense. Even if it's not a picture of what it is, it might be like multiple pictures that make a full word. So they're almost like letters. Like mama, which is woman, is when you look at the symbol, it's the radical for female and the radical for horse. And the reason horse is in there is because horse is pronounced ma. So it's female pronounced ma. It's like they do still use pictures. It's just not
one of those
accurate to
languages.
what it was.
Isn't one of their languages have a symbol for noisy, and then 3 of them for women?
Gather.
I don't remember. I haven't taken Mandarin classes in almost 10 years.
I saw something about that, but then again, it could have just been straight made up.
There's also a lot of dialects, so some of it might be one family in like northern China have their own dialect that has really weird symbols, and that doesn't mean that anyone else understands it. Because like where I grew up, there was a Chinese restaurant, and my Mandarin teacher would go there with her son sometimes. Her son could not speak to their children because their children didn't speak Mandarin; they spoke a family dialect. And my Mandarin teacher's son actually spoke actual Mandarin, so they couldn't communicate in anything but English.
Back off.
Kind of like
So there's
talking to a
a lot
Scottish
of
person.
Gather.
Okay, what I was gonna say was, so H is silent, J makes what an H does, and J, the double L, makes the sounds that a J would make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Jalisco,
This doesn't have double L's, does it?
no, Jalisco is a J because it sounds like an
Double
H.
L.
Lluvia, rain.
Gather.
No.
I know, I haven't thought of that one too, but or pollo. Pollo.
I didn't know Kirby was Spanish.
He really likes chicken.
Is chicken.
He is chicken.
He's uncooked chicken, twice pink.
Oh no!
This is it.
Poor Kirby is the original carrier of salmonella.
Patient 0.
Patient 0.
Give me strength.
My brother-in-law works with chickens. They're like at a place that try to grow like better chicken. So they'll be like, this chicken produces big eggs, and this chicken,
Gather.
and this like rooster's offspring
This is it.
are chickens that have big eggs. So we're gonna put these two chickens together and make mega children that have big eggs.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what they do is they just like selectively breed chickens to get like bigger eggs or like bigger breasts if they're going for meat.
Gather.
But they're really cautious
Gather.
about salmonella and bird flu and other like avian disease outbreaks. But they don't even like try to track down who's sick. If they get one confirmed case in a chicken house, they literally gas the entire house. They're just like, bye chickens, we're not letting this spread.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't we lose like millions of chickens because of the most recent one?
I don't know. They're one of the most secure facilities in the country, so probably not.
Well, we had an egg shortage because one of the foods got and killed millions
Oh.
of chickens.
Yeah, the egg shortage that happened recently was because of other companies, not theirs. They're mostly focused in meat
Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
So
I don't
they
know
probably
what
won't-
company
probably
you're
won't
talking
produce
about.
Egg chickens anyway. So I bet when the egg shortage happened, they switched focus. But their main focus is meat.
Gather.
So they're going for like big breast.
Yeah, I wasn't making an attack on your.
Gather.
I know. I was just saying, like, I have no idea because I don't think that applied to them. So I don't know.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have told me about it because he didn't work with it.
Okay, so here's an opinion I gotta ask for. Is fish a meat?
Yes.
Wes, what's your answer?
I mean, meat is food that came from a living animal.
Okay,
It's
so
the flesh of a living animal.
in a giant number of people, fish doesn't count as meat, and it bewilders me. And I get it, I understand it's religious reasons. But scientifically, why are we
also,
calling
like-
fish different from meat? In
Like,
the FDA
dietarily, you could honestly put fish in its own category. So you have, like, fruit, vegetables, meat, fish. Because they're just so different. Like, eating a chicken and eating a fish is not the same thing. But eating a cow and eating a chicken is almost the same thing.
Here's well, okay. So if that's the case, why does bug fall under meat?
Bugs are gross, and no one should eat them. I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
grasshopper is all right. I was really expecting Misty to lose her mic. Like, you ate a grasshopper, but not.
This is it.
Oh, I'm judging very silently.
Okay.
Gather. This is it.
When Janet eats baby octopus, what's the difference?
What?
Being like little octopus before.
I have one.
I'm pretty sure you have.
I mean, I like calamari and I like octopus sushi. But baby octopus, I don't know if I've ever eaten.
Well, so maybe you haven't. Thought you did. So what they call it baby octopus. I don't know if it's actually like baby octopus or if it's like just small octopus. But they literally just take an octopus and fry it. Like, so you just eat it whole. The whole thing.
I was disappointed in lobster. So, here's my thing with lobster. Lobster's good. It's not worth the price. You know?
I don't like shellfish. It's because I don't like crabs and lobsters in general. They freak me out. I don't like them, so I don't want to eat them.
Like, I got a lobster, right? When I ate lobster, and they're like, "Here's your lobster. We didn't crack it. You're going to have to open it yourself. It's only this. That'll be $35." And I'm like, I could have gone 20 shrimp for this price. It was not worth the price. It tasted good, but so does steak, grilled shrimp, you know?
Gather. Gather.
So that's not a food that I didn't like. It's just not a food that's not worth the price.
But it was an experience.
You know what? You know what's
There's
just
the restaurants before that have like
Back off. It's
$80 steak, and it's like a little 6-ounce steak. It's like, why?
Gather.
Just why?
now one food that I'll probably never eat for the experience is caviar.
What?
I've seen how big a Serbian caviar is, and I've seen the price of what caviar is. I also know it's fish eggs, and that's kind of to me.
You eat chicken eggs?
I do eat chicken eggs. You're completely right. I just don't like the look of it.
Do you like sushi?
I wouldn't say I like sushi. I don't like the idea that it's raw. So like mentally, it just
Doesn't
doesn't.
Not
have to
all
be
of it
raw.
has to be raw.
Yeah.
But also, if you do
Give
eat
me
it
chicken.
raw, as long as you eat some ginger, you're usually safe.
Yeah.
Because the biggest thing is fish usually don't have a lot of diseases; they have parasites.
Oh, it's
But
not
ginger
a
kills parasites.
because I think it's not safe. It's just I just don't like the idea and the texture of raw. You know.
I don't like the texture of raw fish either. I always get cooked, which almost every place has cooked. They're very rarely will you find a place that just doesn't.
Would they say it's cooked, or would they just say
Yes,
this type
they
sushi?
they indicate the difference. A good sushi place will. I can't say everyone. There's some that won't. They're just bad at their job. I'm pretty sure it might be a state thing, but I'm pretty sure you have to legally say if the food is raw. But it might just be a Tennessee only thing. I don't know.
I thought it was always just implied that it's raw.
No, I'm pretty sure you have to specifically indicate this one dish is raw.
It's
So if it's like you have a
probably-
menu that's mixed, you have to indicate each one of these are raw and each one of these are not.
The places where I've seen it probably is a situation of how do you want it cooked. You know, like they don't tell you how the steak's cooked because you decide.
Yeah, but they still have to put a warning on it, even if you don't. Even if it's taken like under the steaks, they'll be like, it was raw meat. Eventually,
I
foodborne
could
illness,
just not be
blah, blah,
paying
blah.
attention.
Usually what it is, I'll have like an asterisk at the bottom that has the like warning, and any food with an asterisk next to it is potentially raw. It either is raw or you can get it raw. So like usually all the steaks will have it next to it. But again, maybe that's just a Tennessee thing. I don't know. We have a really strict agriculture department, Bureau of Agriculture, whatever they're called. So it might not be a federal.
I don't know if there's any federal government thing that I trust is the FDA. They are so strict on all their stuff.
Apparently, it's really hard to actually get ice cream classified as ice cream by the FDA, which is wild. Because a lot of ice cream actually doesn't have enough milk in it to be technically ice cream.
Because they're very strict about their things.
Oh, can I have some chips?
Like I'd
Dunno.
be rather concerned if the FDA told us, maybe, could possibly.
Anyone.
Yeah.
I like that.
Salsa? French onion?
Gather.
You know why fish isn't considered a meat by a lot of people? You know the reasoning behind it?
Gather.
Why?
So in a lot of religions, you have in like Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, specifically Catholicism, you can't eat meat on is the Sabbath?
Yeah.
I think it's the Sabbath. So they couldn't eat meat. So they said, well, fish isn't really a meat.
This is it.
So they can eat fish.
Interesting.
So the reason why it's not considered a meat by a whole lot of people is so they can eat it on Sabbath.
Wow.
Gather.
There was another thing too. I think this was in the Anglers Church, where they were able to get it signed off.
Gather.
No wait, this was Catholic. They were able to get It was like deer meat or something like that to be not considered an actual meat. Because when they sent it to the Vatican, the person who... they used the word to describe deer meat without actually saying the animal. So they thought it was like... they didn't know what it was, so they approved it. So for a short period of time, I don't think it was deer meat. It was something unique, like moose meat or something like that. And they got it approved because they didn't know what it was.
Really?
And then then someone came back and was like, "Why is this approved? This is a meat." Okay, so it's over an hour. I paused. Stop the recording here.
Oh.
And then I'm probably gonna eat.